Hi, Mike here. You're watching Scout Restoration Yukon. In this video, I inspect the distributor for the 152 Comanche engine. Then I test the diaphragm for the Vacuum Advance, replace the points and condenser, check the wiring, set the points, and install the distributor into the engine. I will show all the details. I hope you like it. Let's get to work. If you want to help, please subscribe to Scout Restoration Yukon. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out. This is the distributor from my 152 Comanche engine for my 1966 Scout 800. It's an international model 1510 distributor. It features mechanical and vacuum advance systems and a large upper bushing that is lubricated for life. As you can see, the gear is in excellent condition, and the oil pump drive, this part here drives the oil pump, is in excellent condition. I don't see any wear anywhere. It has a good, I put the new gasket on here. The bushing has no lateral movement at all at the bottom, and the bushing at the top, if I grasp it firmly, doesn't move back and forth either. So far so good. Now I will take it over to the bench and test the Vacuum Advance. Before testing the Vacuum Advance, I'm installing a hose barb, threaded hose barb on there, and I've put Master's yellow tape on it to seal it. So I have to carefully tighten that up. That's tight enough. Let's put this vertically in here. Put my vacuum pump on there. You can see that breaker points are moving. The Vacuum Advance works very well. Note that this wiring looks pretty new, and the condenser and points have been replaced, but I don't know anything about this points and condenser, and I've got some new ones, so I'm going to replace these ones too. Just undo this nut here, 5/16, right? And I see it's like that. So there's the condenser disconnected. There's a little ground wire here that goes on the same screw as the condenser, right? Just take that screw out. But I want to take everything right out because I would like to clean this area in here before I put the new points in. This terminal is not slotted. The terminal on the condenser was slotted, so I have to take the nut right off. That's not very convenient, especially if you're working when it's on the engine. Gives you more chance of dropping the nut down inside the distributor. We don't want to do that, do we? So take that out. There, I got the nut out. I've got the wire off the points. And this wire seems good, but I'm just going to remove the points. This ground wire is here. Then I have one more screw here, and out come the points. We have two different styles of points here. You can see there, this set of points has a vented contact. The stationary contact is vented, the other one is solid. But the new points that I purchased have solid contacts. Personally, I prefer the solid contacts. So I got that far. We're just going to check these two screws for tight. I'm not going to take this apart any more than that. Basically, I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. For lack of a better electrical cleaner, I'm just going to spray some ether in there. All right. And brush it a bit. I'm just going to blow in here with some compressed air. And check again this bushing. You can see this bushing is very good. And this is the bushing that's lubricated for life. So we're all good there. So I'm just checking the continuity on this little wire. And it's good. This little ground wire, it's good. It's got continuity. I just twisted it up a bit and made it look better. So there's nothing wrong with this wire. Attention fellow Scout enthusiasts. Thanks for watching. I hope that you're getting useful insights from my videos. If I can earn 1,000 subscribers, I will be able to create Scout videos for a long time. Please like and subscribe so that we can continue this journey for years to come. I will show all the details. Over and out. So here's the new point. Anyway, that's the adjusting screw for the points there. So this ground wire goes from the points to the condenser mounting bracket. I'm not going to tighten that yet. Just push that down a bit out of the way. I don't want anything touching the distributor body. So I can tighten that one up a little. So we haven't adjusted the points yet. And I can tighten this one up all the way. Now, get this screw off here. Make sure the inner nut is tight. That's the wire that comes from the coil, ignition coil. Now start this little nut. Now I can push the condenser terminal in place. Tighten that nut up. Now, have to be careful that this doesn't get tightened down on the Vacuum Advance. So I'm just going to put a screwdriver in between there so that this one can't obstruct the Vacuum Advance, right? A little bit more. There. That's nice and tight. That's fine. And kind of the same idea with this one here. I don't want this one there hitting the distributor body. So far everything's in there, right? This is the part number for the new points. This is the part number for the new condenser. This is the part number for the new rotor. Here's the specs for the distributor. You can see that it rotates clockwise. The initial point setting is 17th thou. The reset is 14th thou. The timing is 4 degrees before top dead center. And it should be idling 450 to 500 RPM. So I'm going to set the points, I think, to 16 thou. So here's a 16 thou feeler gauge. And that's just a little tight. So just make that gap slightly bigger. Tighten the screw just a little bit more. Very slight drag. No, there's a drag. 16 at 16th thou, there's a drag right there. So I'll just tighten that screw up. And I didn't tighten the back screw yet, because now I want to turn it. Points closed. Points open. That's the maximum they open to right there. I said I don't have the drag anymore. So I didn't get it quite right. Slight drag at 16th thou. Tighten that up. Check it again. Turn it. Closed, open. Yeah, slight drag. Closed, open. Okay. Now I just want to tighten the back screw like that. And I'm going to check it again. 16. Closed, open, closed. Open all the way. We'll try our 16. Okay, perfect. Finally, that's good. That's a good 16th thou. Right, so that's pretty happy looking. Before I put the rotor on, I'm going to put just a little bit, very little bit of dielectric grease on the cam here. Let's keep turning it. So it's just got a very thin film right around, right? And we can see everything's opening and closing nicely. So put the new rotor on, like so, right? So that's good. So now this distributor is ready to put into the engine. Before installing the distributor, I must remove my priming tool from the engine. Take the clip off. There, I put that there. And I'll just pull this out. And I'll put it in a plastic bag. So I've got the engine set at number 1 TDC compression. If we look down in the hole, the distributor hole, you can see the slot in the oil pump drive. And I may have to adjust that with a screwdriver so that everything lines up right. But for the time being, I'm just going to leave it like that and try installing the distributor. So this tang, the end of the distributor shaft, goes into the slot on the oil pump drive. But first, I want to lubricate it a little bit more. I'm just taking my squirt gun and squirting some oil on the gear and squirting some oil in this hole in the distributor body, right? So it'll run inside the shaft. So now the idea is Vacuum Advance goes over towards the oil filter, right? This is just hit and miss. I'm just guessing. Now if you turn that, now that went into the oil pump slot, drive slot, right? It's actually not bad like that on the cap, but I'm going to try turning it. Yeah, you see it was a bit. Now, try that again. Goes down. No, I would like it straight ahead. So I've got to turn that oil pump drive back a little bit. And try that. Now, if we put that in there, right, get it in position. Now it's pointing more straight ahead. I'm not sure that's going to work out. We put our cap on here. That's number 1 right there. The rotor's not pointing at number 1. You see that? Of course, I could turn that. That would make it even worse, right? Turn it this way, all the way to there. And it's pointing at number 1. But we have no adjustment. I would like the Vacuum Advance to be in the mid-range here, so I have adjustment both ways, obviously, right? That's putting number 1 here, right here. And we're not pointing at number 1. So, a lot of people put a mark there. But we want to be pointing here, and we're pointing here. So now I have to take that back out. I actually had it right before. I think if I put that oil pump drive straight, in other words, parallel to the crankshaft and camshaft, that's what I mean by straight. Now, if we slip this in here, right, we want to end up there. Now, you see, we're pointing more this way, but maybe we could go one tooth more. Let's just see. We put the cap on. Like that. Right, we put this in mid-range. Okay, I've got my finger right here. The rotor should be pointing right at my finger. And it is. So I think for the time being, that's good. Also note, this new cap has a hole drilled in it. You see that? There's a hole right there drilled in this cap, presumably for a vent. So that's probably a good idea. If it's not a good idea, we can always plug the hole. So for now, this is good. Anyway, when I start the engine, I'll probably pull the distributor out and prime the engine again. So the only other thing to do with this distributor now is install the clamp again. And I don't need to tighten it very much because it's just sitting in there. So there we go. Distributor has been serviced and installed. One more thing to do now that I've installed the distributor and I don't need to turn the engine anymore, I will just temporarily install the spark plugs again to keep the dirt and stuff out of the cylinders. In conclusion, I've been lucky with this Scout. The distributor is in excellent condition. It only needed to be cleaned up and serviced. My next video will be windshield installation. I hope you like it. If you want to help, please subscribe to Scout Restoration Yukon. It's free. Mike Morrow over and out.